Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And about 7-8 months ago, I bought this, the cheapest Hemi Superbird 1970 in the USA. And unfortunately, I kind of got scammed. The seller did not disclose numerous issues with this car. And here we are 7 and 8 months later, and I'm still working through them. Now, this thing wasn't cheap. It was $130,000, which is a lot for any car, but for a Superbird, it was a very good deal, especially a Hemi one of 135 cars, and that's the only saving grace, is seeing what they've sold for recently at Barrett-Jackson, a record-setting $990,000 for a 3,000 original mile, basically time capsule showpiece. And even in the latest Barrett-Jackson, which tune in on FYI and History Channel this weekend, I'll be doing their live TV coverage, and it seems like they may even have a nicer one selling there, along with the biggest selection of period Hemis they have ever had, so you don't want to miss it, especially over the holiday weekend if you're sitting around nothing to do. But there's been a lot to do on this Superbird, unfortunately. I bought it, it barely ran, most of the gauges didn't work, wiring hell, and it's been, well, 7 months to get to this point where the car runs and drives really well. That was the most important thing. Also, the fact that it doesn't overheat because it needed to be completely redesigned. The person who built this car, they built it to sell at a collector car auction. They got all the right components and made it look fantastic, but they really didn't execute very well to make it a very drivable car, and it changed hands with ownerships a few times until I got a hold of it. I actually want to drive my car, so I've been peeling back the onion of issues trying to sort it out. And now that it's driving pretty darn well, there's some little auxiliary items that need to be taken care of, like the air conditioning. If it has air conditioning, no Hemi Superbird originally had air conditioning. This thing has been heavily modified, resto-mod, non-original engine. Because this car was raced and wrecked in period, partial rebody, original motor long gone, so that's why somebody thought they could take the liberty of resto-modding a very, very rare and very valuable Hemi Superbird. But air conditioning would be nice to have here this summer. Also, the parking brake doesn't work. A few other little quirks, but I just want to get it dialed in. So we're going to do that. We're going to take it up to the Car Wizards. We're going to check on the status of the air conditioning, see if they even bothered to hook it up properly. And then I'm going to pick up my Ferrari 458 after it's had another exhaust addition to it. Apparently it sounds unbelievable, and we're going to take it down to Van Gogh to do the check on the wrap. And also my E30 BMW, apparently the transformation there has been incredible, so I can't wait to see that. Now, I just need this thing to start. The battery was dead earlier. I think I ran it long enough, but we'll see. Yes! Oh, the turning radius is so bad, I'm in my lawn. Oh well. But before we go give the wizard more money, I'd like to thank ShipStation for sponsoring this video. ShipStation is the leading web-based order management and shipping software designed to make retailers exceptionally efficient at processing, fulfilling, and shipping their e-commerce orders. 100% of my order fulfillment from my merch sales is sent out using ShipStation because it makes selling just about any kind of product online so much easier. Getting started selling online or making the switch is so easy and will save you so much time, effort, and money. ShipStation gives e-commerce sellers of all sizes access to the same deeply discounted rates usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies. ShipStation is trusted by over 100,000 sellers worldwide in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. ShipStation makes it a breeze to ship anywhere around the world as it combines order processing, inventory management, creation of shipping labels, and customer communication, all in one easy-to-use interface that integrates directly with over 100 of the industry's top carriers, marketplaces, and selling channels. ShipStation works with so many carriers and easily compares rates and delivery times to quickly find the best option every time. They also work with over 300 platforms like Amazon, eBay, Etsy, and more. So it's no wonder 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year never stop using it. Saving money while making shipping easier? It's a no-brainer. Now you can spend that extra time and money you saved by wasting it on hoopty purchases like I do. Or not, but you have extra money. If you're smart, unlike me, you do whatever it takes to protect your bottom line, and ShipStation is a great place to start. So sign up for a free 60-day trial at ShipStation.com/Hoovies and start saving with every shipment. That's 2 whole months of discounted shipping absolutely free. Just visit ShipStation.com/Hoovies. ShipStation. Make ship happen. Exiting the highway, it's nice to be able to drive this thing up without fear of something happening, either overheating or breaking down. Now it seems pretty reliable in that sense. The gauge is a little off on the temp. It runs about 15 degrees high, so now it's sitting at like 220, so that's at 205, that's about right. It never goes to the 230 mark on there, and when it does, that means it's 215, and the fans kick on, so that's good. The fuel gauge, though, never goes above 1/2. It is not very reliable, so that's something I definitely need to fix so I don't get stranded, because this thing uses a lot of gas. As you guys saw, jeez, it dynoed a lot to the wheels, and it is a big engine, very thirsty engine, running fantastic. AC would be nice though, it would. But otherwise, I am thrilled with how this thing's turned out. AC repairs can be expensive though, so let's see what the car wizard has to say. The meet me horn works too. Oh, we got traffic. Oh, I'll just stay there by the swamp cooler. That's perfect. There, oh, that feels very nice. Well, Wizard, the Superbird is back and running fantastic.
Is it super?
It's fine. Okay. All right.
Very good.
But there's some things that still don't work. The parking brake, I really kind of need that. The fuel gauge, it's super weird. It never goes over half, so I'm constantly putting gas in it because I'm scared I'm going to run out of gas. But the one thing that really needs looked at is the AC. And it's been a while since our friend Angry R2D2 has made an appearance, so I'm very excited to see him again.
It does
Super
look that way.
It is an angry little droid there. And hopefully it's something simple here, but with this car, it's been a theme here. It has all the right components, but they weren't put together properly.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the issue here, but maybe it's just low on charge. I don't know.
It could be. And they finally got all your ECM stuff sorted out?
Yeah, it's running very, very well.
Good.
But one thing, it looks pretty easy to hook up because there's the two ports just right next to each other, huh?
Very good.
Yeah.
These service ports that they have on this aftermarket AC system are very strange.
It does not fit?
R2D2 here is probably hooked to over 1,000 cars and never had trouble, not even once.
Of course, it would be one of my cars. But
yeah,
I mean, it's 134. It's the standard port on every car from Alfa Romeo to DeLorean to anything, really.
It's like the ports weren't made right, or, I mean, they're almost correct.
Huh.
But like this one on the low side will go on, but not all the way down. It won't. See, I can just pull it right back off. It's not latching. Seat. This one's seated on the high side, but it's all floppy loose. Like, that's not going to seal.
So what can you do?
I might have to take these lines off, but I can at least see if there's Freon in there. I can do that.
Okay.
There is.
So it's full of Freon.
It's not full. I don't know if it's the correct pressure, but there's... Let's see if the compressor turns on. Let's try it.
Okay. I'm not quite sure how to turn this on. It's an aftermarket AC system. So, low, medium, high, cool on. It's blowing, but I'm not really sure how it works, Wizard.
The compressor did turn on.
Okay. It's only blowing hot air in the cabin.
So it's very likely low on refrigerant.
You're bringing out the old school tech, huh?
Yep. Just to see will it even hook up to it. Is there something wrong with my connections, or is something wrong with that service port? Nope.
Will not latch.
They will not latch. There's something wrong with those service ports. It may be that I have to replace those hoses. The service ports, they were just manufactured wrong or something.
Huh. Well, so much for me saying that it has all the right parts.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that we don't know about on this fancy aftermarket AC compressor bracket system that you all can fill us in on the comments, but a billion cars with the same ports and then this one's different, it makes no sense.
Yeah, this machine will not connect to it, neither with this gauge set. They will not snap on.
It's typical. Well, should we move on to Ferraris?
Yes.
Okay, the 355 I see is over here. It had a leak from the shift shaft seal, right?
Yes.
Is that fixed?
That has been repaired.
Okay.
We're going to pull the valve covers off. There's a tiny little pinhole at the front right that's leaking oil out.
Okay.
It looks like it could be a cam seal or something, but it's not.
Huh.
It's just a valve cover gasket.
Okay.
We'll pull it back off and reseal it.
So the engine doesn't have to come out, right?
No.
Good, good, good. Okay. I need to decide. I'm going to get rid of one of the Ferraris, one of the Lambos, and one of the muscle cars. And I'm not sure which one, but let's move on to the other muscle car, I suppose. Yes, the 66 Corvette. Apparently it almost killed Magic Mike, yeah?
Yeah, the brakes went out on me, which was a little frightening.
What happened?
So I was coming around the corner over here, the one that you always film around, going around.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, my brakes went out. So luckily I just adjusted the handbrake. You were having some issues with that. So I was able to use the handbrake to come to a stop. Turned around, came back, and I had brake fluid all over the bottom near the driver's side.
So what happened?
Well, I found out that someone had done a cheap repair onto a brake line at one point. When they installed power steering on this vehicle, they had to cut the brake line and
Oh, so
rewire
they crimped it in instead of replacing the brake line front?
Yeah, they used a union nut on it, and that union nut failed.
Okay. Well, one other thing we discovered was this wheel is horribly bent and wobbling, so that explains my vibration, I guess. I ordered one wheel, it's the wrong one, but I think we've got the right wheel coming. So that's good. And then I see you were working on the Aston Martin, which when I was in here yesterday, you had him cheating, Wizard.
Well, sometimes we have to.
You're cheating! Now, every other tune-up on an Aston Martin, I felt like I got my money's worth because the intake had to come out for you guys to get to the plugs and all that. But when I was here yesterday, it was just like lifted an inch out of the way with all the wires and the fuel rails in place. And I'm sure you're still going to charge me for the full thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the way it goes around here.
So you found a little cheat, huh?
Yeah, so I'm able to move the intake manifold up and this way just enough to clear it. The problem is this wiring harness runs in between these spokes on the intake manifold. So if I want to remove that wiring harness, I have to disconnect your accessories going down here. Same thing on the other side.
And then this magic $1,500 thing, is it replaced yet?
Nope, I've got it right here.
Just to have a no low coolant warning light. It's just stupid, but it is a wonderful car that I'm happy to catch up on the maintenance because I did trade off that horrible Audi R8.
Yes.
And yeah, Freddie, hopefully he's enjoying that. But I guess the last car here is the 458, which is a little obscene now. Thanks, Mike. So I'll be taking this thing back to Van Gogh for them to check the wrap, you know, just normal after 10 days, things lift in a few places, they fix that. But the people at Valvetronic Exhaust sort of insisted that I put the downpipes on this thing because that makes their valved exhaust work a lot better to where it's actually quiet and really loud. The difference is apparently nuts, right?
Yes, it is.
So a certain thing that's not supposed to be off in some states, or really all states, is off for off-road use only.
Racing, off-road track use.
Exactly, yes, and well, I guess it sounds different, huh? Were you able to get all my lights off too?
So we installed the O2 sensor elbows as instructed, the ones that they gave us to kind of fool the light. It does not fool the light. It works when you drive around quiet, but as soon as you open up the baffles or open up the valve, after a few cycles of that, the check engine light will come back on.
I see, so I need to tune that away if I want it to go away, which a lot of people do.
Yep.
But airbag light's off, just the tire pressure monitor light. That's good.
Yep.
So this is obviously quiet here, right?
That's
not that quiet. So I hit the button to make it loud, and Jesus.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, I see what they were saying.
Yes.
That's quite different. All right, well, the key's already in it, so I guess I can escape, right? Oh, hey.
No.
You're gonna do a human shield?
Yes. You owe me money. You owe me money.
It's like the protesters on the highway, jeez. All right, this shouldn't be too bad. I can't imagine.
It's actually not.
All right, so $350 to put in the downpipe, which was pretty involved because you took the bumper off, taking all of that off again. Not bad, but we have another, well, a little less than $200 for the airbag light.
Yes.
Found a poor repair attempt with resistors from previous owner. So they had disabled the front airbag?
Yes, there's some other airbag issues, and they were trying to mask it somehow, but I don't understand what they were doing. But as soon as we removed that repair and hooked it up properly, it's fine. It's happy.
So you rewired toward, now I have airbags again.
Yes.
So this car was repaired so badly and cheaply that they didn't want to bother fixing the airbag system. That's quite dangerous. I mean, that's illegal too, right?
Yes.
So now I have an airbag that'll explode in my face.
Yes, the system goes through its checks and it says everything's okay.
Well, that's good. All right, I'll take $571 for some safety again. But whoever repaired this thing, like, seriously, come on. So this is quiet, and it is definitely nice and usable and civilized. Not ridiculous. Definitely a little more crackly, though. Let's hit the button. All right, downshift, and holy moly! Whoa! That does not sound like a road car. Whoa! Okay, it's worth it. Now let's get it down to Van Gogh and see the BMW. That's not nearly as loud. Stuart, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Well, just fine. I was inspecting your work. I guess we're at the 10-day sort of
inspection.
Go through. I don't see anything major lifting on this wrap. I guess a few little things, but I mean...
Yeah, we'll take care of these. One of the mysteries of being in automotive service, things...
Just walked off on you.
Yes. So it's on its way.
Okay,
so
cool.
We'll get that fixed.
All right.
And, then we'll go around it and we'll make sure we'll check it and see if there's any other issues on it.
Yeah, well, I'll leave that to you. I want to go in and see the BMW.
Oh, do you?
You've sent me some teaser pics. I want to see it in person.
I do that for fun. Friday.
That's
oh,
that's not it.
No.
So that's rhino lined and then wrapped. Wow, that's
yeah.
That's something.
This is one that's...
I do kind of miss my old H2 though. I had a yellow one.
Yeah.
It was rusty and a mess, but...
Yeah, this guy has a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah.
A lot with it.
Well, here's your hoopty.
Well, so, you know, it's Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, so my car comes in.
I see.
Yeah.
And then you go drag Douglas or whatever, right?
Yes.
That's the Wichita pastime. But...
Race cane. Anyway.
Whoa.
So there it is.
Is that the same car?
That's the same car.
You've got to be kidding me. So this is a single stage red that was all original. This is a one owner 87 325. And man, did it come back. There's also a huge dent on the hood. It's gone. Putting the light over it, it's barely warping that LED.
Yeah.
I guess there's the touch up.
Yeah.
But that's
almost 100%. We got about 95. So we felt pretty good about that.
And it was a faded red, kind of like the Ferrari, except unintentionally, and now it's, oh my goodness.
Oh.
I knew it would come back, but I didn't expect, holy moly. This might be your best one yet, to be honest with you. I mean, for the before and after,
yeah.
The Buick was something, but this...
Yeah, all the black trim, of course, you know, came back really nice. It all cleaned up real good. A lot of times, you know, you can get this real clean, and then you have these nasty black trim, but we didn't have to paint anything. It just all came back. So. Look
at the spoiler. This is aftermarket, of course, an aftermarket body kit. You can kind of see the paint, because this is in fact original bubbling up here, but whoa. Huh. That'll do.
Isn't that funny?
That'll do. Let's see in the engine bay.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is an 80,000 mile car.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm astounded.
Well, I'm glad.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So this was one of the buffing pads. So these are usually this color.
Oh, so it went all Pink Panther on you.
Yeah, yeah. And this
Wow.
was after they had rinsed this actually a couple times. This poor pad went through a lot. I don't have a picture of him right now, but the tech that did the work, I took a picture of him. He was red from head to toe. It was pretty funny. But yeah, we knew you'd like it. It just turned out really good. We just thought
the dent is incredible, and
yes.
Of course the red coming out. I knew it would come out because of the thick single stage paint.
Right.
Wow. And now it's ceramic to where it won't Modern BMWs.
I know.
That thing was in the shop for how long recently?
It was in the shop for 7 weeks. Funny story, freak deal. They needed a wiring harness. Well, guess where the wiring harness is?
Ukraine, yeah,
In the
yeah.
Ukraine.
Oof.
So it sat there almost
Oof.
8 weeks, but back. So I was on vacation too. I went on a 2,500 mile trip.
Oh, nice.
I didn't get to go to Italy, but
Nice.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Well, I'll stick to the old BMWs for the most part. The Z8's about as new as I want to go, but man, this is gorgeous. Thank you so much, Stuart.
It's weird how it changed it. We didn't really notice the body kit as much
Right.
when it was pink.
Yeah, I mean now it looks a lot more like an M3. This is a tenth of the price of an M3 basically nowadays with 80,000 miles. So
Right.
just fantastic.
Well, good. I'm happy you like it. Turned out amazing.
All right, well here's the keys to the Ferrari.
Good.
I'll take the Beamer home, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching.